time to celebrate the fearless leaders who are reshaping the world of marketing, specifically the incredible women who are breaking barriers and leading the charge. This panel brings together visionary women who are redefining leadership in the marketing space. So, this panel discussion is on the topic Bold Voices, Bold Choices Women Trailblazing in Marketing Leadership. This will spotlight women leaders who are redefining what it means to lead in the marketing world. And please welcome our moderator and exceptional panelists. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Panelists up to the stage. We have Mona Al-Bade, Namita Shrivastava, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, Amita Vikram Pradlab, and Anne K. Summer. Please give them a big round of applause as they make their way up. Ravimbo Kaur as well, please come up to the stage. Please give them another round of applause. So lovely to have so many beautiful women up here.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Full house. It's good to have a full house. All right. So I'm Ann Summer, PA Ann Summer. I'm going to moderate and show these beautiful women and their bold choices and their bold voices. So we're just going to take 1 minute each about and just introduce yourself, tell us what your company is, and give us your bold choice marketing mission statement, if you could.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. So my name is Ravimbo Kaur. I am a 25-year-old global visionary, mediator, founder of Global Genders in Suits, a philanthropist, influencer, visionary, and international leader, working alongside NGOs and governmental ministers in moving society into equality. Today, our topic is a unique topic, which myself and the other 4 ladies are going to present to you, titled as Bold Voices, Bold Choices, Women Trailblazing in Leadership. So in my opinion, I believe that to be able to be successful marketing is all about you, your brand, and who you present yourself as a person. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Mona Al-Bardai. I'm from Egypt, half Egyptian, half Japanese. I'm the co-founder and communications director at Everbrand & Co. Actually, this is the first time we mentioned the name publicly because we've been for 10 years Creative Veto Marketing, and we're launching or rebranding by January. So this is the first time that we mentioned the name publicly outside of my team's boundary. And also we do marketing and branding, brand strategy, including brand development, brand experience, brand communication. And I also serve as an agri-tech company called Mahasil's Chief Marketing Officer and member of the board. My personal mission in marketing, or the motto that I like, is you are what you repeatedly do. Excellence then is just something that comes after.
That's great. Congratulations. That's a huge announcement. So exciting. My name is Ann Summer, PA Ann Summer, physician assistant Ann Summer here in marketing. But I started my own company over a year ago, and my marketing strategy is really experimentation, figure it out, conquer your own fear, get comfortable with it. And I would say that we were spending some time together right before this, And I'm just so grateful to be surrounded by all of you and all of your experience and happy to be here. Yeah.
So, hi everyone, I'm Namita Srivastav. I'm also a senior research scientist at NASA. Probably not if not interrupted by something called as destiny. Got me into marketing and I'm climbing my way up one step at a time. Currently, I am with Bella Vita Perfumes. Extremely proud to be there representing the international marketing. And that sure sounds like a better NASA idea to me right now.
Hi, my name is Amita Vikram Pratap. I run a company, Mav Brand Stories, and I'm the chief storyteller. I'm the owner, founder of the company. I have been into marketing for 22 years, and one of the things that I specialize now is helping Indian businesses enter Dubai market. And my bold choice on marketing is you can sell anything and everything with the right strategy.
Did I bother? What if, I would love to hear everybody's perspective because you all have such different backgrounds. And tell me, and if you don't mind, let's start with you, Amita, right? That I want to hear what was your biggest bold challenge, since it's bold choices, women's voices, that you felt like as a woman you had to use a voice for, and how did you overcome that and get through it?
Uh, I would share a life experience here, and this experience happened about 6 years back. I had moved here in Dubai 6 years back in 2018 end, and within 2 months there was a tender from the government of Sharjah, from Sharjah Media City, that was out. They were looking for somebody to draft policy guidelines for their marketing and for their departments. And for once, I was dismissing it, thinking I'm a woman in a Muslim country, in a non-Arab speaking environment, and I wouldn't understand, and they wouldn't consider me. I was totally negating the fact that I hold a very strong hold in government communication back in India. And still I thought, okay, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I really won it. And they told me on my face that, Amita, you are not the lowest, you are the highest costing. You are not the L1, but we are giving you the project because only you've understood what needs to be done. And then I won in the similar field, but from another government department project next year again on the same basis, on a tender basis. So one of the things that I want to share here is that being a woman, being in a non-familiar environment and territory does not matter. What matters is what you speak, what you do, and what you've delivered.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for that. What about you?
I've had the good fortune of having a lot of such examples in my life, but one that comes to my mind right now is during my previous stint with one of the companies, and a gentleman, he created something called as the world's largest perfume wall. And it was something none of us had heard before, and just like the name sounds, it indeed is the world's largest perfume wall that the company created. And I absolutely loved the idea. And then, of course, I was doing the marketing, and then I asked about how do we want to go about it. And it starts with start with a zero budget. And it was a very, very serious conversation. It wasn't like, okay, bring what you can, and then we'll go low budget. That's just how it began. And they were like, okay, even if you don't advertise or market about it, it's fine. That was the day, and a couple of months down the line, in short, if you Google right now the world's largest perfume wall, you will see everything possible that marketing has done on it. And it did indeed start with a zero budget where I pulled through all my connects and I created a what if atmosphere. What if you miss it if I call you for that very launch? And I connected with PR agencies and everyone, and I said, what if you miss this as the world's largest perfume brand? What would you do? And it worked. Having said that, we put in budgets a couple of months later. That's different. But at that time, to make it even stem off rather than make it successful was something I had not visualized. And a huge credit to that goes to my team at the time, who pulled in all their creative efforts with me to make this a success.
Even I am excited about the what if now.
Somebody Google that.
Absolutely. Just Google it, is all I say.
My boldest move that I remember was that going from corporate to creating your own agency. So I have my partner here and another partner who is also a male, and we were working together in a corporate, and we were very stable in that corporate. And then we decided at the age of 29 to open our own agency, which is a different field because it's a completely different dynamics. Not like corporate is nice that you can push your own deadlines because you are your own client.
Yeah.
But then at that age, also the social pressure, because we come from Egypt, where like there is this. I'm not saying that they're not entrepreneurial, but your family, your peers, they think that it's good that you have a stable income, you have a stable job, you're already good at your job, they're appreciating you. Why go into the risk? And also the metaphor of being in a corporate is like in a zoo where you have your secure food, but you have your limitation, like you have the fence. But if you're an entrepreneur, you go into the jungle, you are not securing your food every day. There's today a rain, a fire, or anything, but you have high trees where you can go up to the limits that you want to set for yourself. And I remember at that time, my exit interview from that corporate was that this gentleman was like challenging my decision. He was trying to make me feel that I'm doing the wrong decision. And honestly speaking, at that time, I had cold feet because everyone was already pressuring us not to do this move. Why not do it on the side? Why not? Why leave a secure job and go into a risky endeavor at that age? Wait 5, 6 years and then open it when you're 30, 30 something. At that time, I was 29. So we actually took this leap, Muhammad and the other Muhammad as well. And now we're 10 years in. We're happy in our company and we're rebranding now and we're going into another 10 years of nice and challenging.
Good luck. Good luck for that.
Thank you.
Really, all the best.
Okay. So my mantra as a young woman, especially a young woman of color, is, oh, okay. Thank you. Can you hear me now? Okay, thank you. So my mantra is, as a young woman of color, is being different in face of adversity. Meaning that in the face of adversity, always, push yourself as hard as you can. Because just last week, for example, I won the award of the leading woman of Africa at just the age of 25. And obviously this award to me came as a shock because I was not really expecting this. And I think winning this award has actually allowed me to really understand myself better in terms of how to overcome the challenges that maybe we as young people face or young people of color face. Because I live in Europe, so I live in the UK. And I know that, being able to break the barriers sometimes in terms of employment and traveling and all those things can be difficult. So for me, I want to be a catalyst for change. So yes. Is that okay?
Great.
Is that okay? Okay, thank you.
Wonderful. Everybody has such strong stories that I'm going to share some of my story because my story is similar to all of yours. I grew up in the Midwest in Wisconsin in the United States of America, and we grew up farming. And those are German, you work 24/7. You were saying that. And there is not room to slack. There's animals to take care of, and there's hay to bale. And that means that we're all siblings and all of us get there and we all make a line and you throw it to you and you and you. It doesn't matter that you're 3 and you're 10 and you're 30, you better all keep up. And the expectation was there, right? And that's what I'm hearing from all of you is that you grew up with these families with expectations and you thankfully have qualities that let you overcome those challenges that you're faced now and the successes. Congratulations. Really, that's amazing. Congratulations for your new business branding. Congratulations for your big company and all of this stuff, and you being what you were sharing before, the specifics you were telling us the story that I'm not going to tell. I want you to tell it. But what I love is that in our differences, there's so many similarities. So I'd love to just open up a conversation, an open conversation among all of us, because I think for the marketing and the bold choices, what would you guys say to each other now that we've all heard each other's stories that we can pull in with those next steps or with that marketing component? What would be advice you would give to somebody out there or something you're facing right now?
May I go ahead and answer that?
Sure.
to begin with? No, please go ahead.
Okay. All I want to remind everyone is that you should believe in yourself. And, even if you're knocked down at one point in your life, just get back up and keep going. Because being young or being old, you're always going to face adversity in everything that you do. So all I can say is just continue to be strong in everything that you do and always have a vision and always make strategic and smart moves in what you do.
So I'll answer that in a two-part. To have the marketing bit to it, they always say change is the constant, etc. That is the reality when it comes to marketing. 10 years ago, you wouldn't know such a thing about digital, let alone just being introduced to the concept. 5 years ago, it was all about social and it's splashed over everywhere. There's performance marketing. And today, as I face even the other panels that we've heard, it's about AI. There is one side that says, oh, AI is taking over the world, what's going to happen next? And then the other side, where I come from, is how do you embrace it to go ahead a step in marketing? Because that is indeed the future that the marketing faces right now. Having said that, no, it does not mean that they're going to write for us, it can write for us, and etc. Yes, it can to a certain extent. But then you are smarter than that. You are the human component in that AI. How do you leverage it to your business, to your branding, to even, let's say, okay, you want to name a product. Yes, you go to ChatGPT or any other platforms that are there. But how you make a story out of it, or even that, can you alter it without your human intervention of typing it? How are you creating the brand? How do you visualize the story? How do you narrate that story out? AI cannot yet do it. And even if it can do it, it's you driving it. So if you start embracing that as the next thing that I would say to marketers, let alone men or women, it doesn't matter, is to adapt to these technologies. I have a great team that works on different AI technologies when it comes with designing, even content creation and things like that. And that content wouldn't have been created if they weren't the ones governing it. So in my opinion, that is something you need to keep on going ahead with. Embrace it, marketing, make it a norm, take it ahead. On the personal front, as she rightly said, I believe personally that all of us have the strong, if I can get a component or that bone in us, and it takes either situation or perception or a wrong perception sometimes to push that nudge a little higher for you to thrive. And some of us have good stories, some of stories of encouragement, where a friend has come to our rescue. There was one who came to my rescue and he said, no matter what tomorrow, dress up and show up. And I'll always remember him for that. And there have been stories where your family, your husband, your kid, they give you that nudge. And there have been stories where a person also says, you're pregnant now, perhaps you should resign. In both those cases, I dressed up and I showed up. That's the mantra.
That's great. It's a great analogy. It's something that people can hang on to, and the perception of the belief and all of that, and it's the belief thing. Just to intervention is. I remember realizing I needed to change my reaction to my self-perceptions. And once you do that, that's how you grow. That's how you get through those things of being told something. You're like, I did not see that coming. but you still have to put your pants on, tie your shoes, and step forward. All right. Who would like to comment next?
Actually, I'd like to comment because I have very similar, I second Amita in both angles. I'll start with the personal. And actually, whenever I'm asked how you do it, I say grit. It's the grit. It's just the when it's so dark and you just still go on. We always have like challenges in our work because our work has production element in it, like exhibition stands and stuff, and it has a lot of like materials and decisions of people that you don't have control on, and so many problems happen, and you have a very tight deadline. And whenever it's so dark and there's no solution in it, I stand up and have this grit, and this like switches the situation into a completely different solution. But it's about the grit and getting up every single day when sometimes like when you have a pressured deadline and you just want to sleep 5 minutes more, and it's just the grit that takes you out of the bed, drag yourself out, go to the office. I sometimes go to the office at 4:30 a.m. sometimes because we have a pressured deadline and they think I'm crazy, but it's just that I have to deliver, and I'm gonna do that today. So this is one. And the other thing is about micro learning. The industry, our industry, the marketing industry is evolving so fast that sometimes I complain, like for example, social media. By the time you're comfortable with using that tool, I'm just comfortable like yesterday, and tomorrow they're changing it to something else. And it's so fast paced that you have to keep on learning every single day, but also lead the newer generation. Like I'm now almost 40. I just hired someone who's almost 21. So I'm like, they're half my age and they know a lot of stuff that I will not be able to catch up like right now. Leading those people, and they have a lot of potential and they have a lot of knowledge that I learned from them. And even this, I consider micro learning. And sometimes they do the job so much better than me. We just have a very healthy relationship together. They're empowered. We're both empathetic. They understand that I will not keep up with that. Like right now, they do it. We have this harmonious relationship, and it just happens, yeah, that it flows and it delivers and it goes.
I mean, the Gen Zs are so good
My
with the
God.
technology. Like,
Yes.
hats off to them.
I would like to add here, I mean, like for me, you know what marketing means. Like marketing for me is way of life. It's who I am now. It's part of my persona. I am a brand, and the way I carry myself is marketing. You know, I'm like you said, I'm carrying, borrowing it from you. Like you dress up and show up. How you dress up is marketing. You know what pants you wear today, it's jeans, so it's something. You know, my brand persona is speaking about something else. I'm wearing a dress. My brand persona is speaking about something else, and that's marketing. Marketing is a way of life. How you negotiate even with your kid is marketing. How you negotiate with your client is marketing. So, you know, it's nothing alien. Whatever all your stories, all the brand stories, all the content that is created on the internet is part of our lives. We resonate. What type of content we like is the content which is part of our lives in some or the other way. Be it a mother-in-law story, to be a client story, to be a lead generation story. Whatever it is all part of our life, and that is marketing for me. I hope you guys resonate with it.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think we agree, because what I heard you say and what you brought together so beautifully, all of you, is marketing yourself. And when you find things that you like, that's what marketing is. That's what you're attracting, because that's what you want to put out there. That's your brand. That's how you make it. And being in medicine, marketing is marketing me as a person, as a professional. And I've lived all over the United States. I've worked with all kinds of different people. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a different personality. Doesn't matter. And it does not matter. And the bottom line is you have to prove who you are to the new person. And when you don't, you have to market yourself again. And it doesn't end. Marketing is personal. Marketing, it really starts at the core, right? I love that.
To add to that, when you said that, there has been a brilliant example of our time recently through Barbie. It's a cultural phenomenon. When you were growing up, whether you were, fond of the Barbie or not, that's different. But right now it's back. And the marketing head behind that is a lady. So her campaign, and of course the creator of Barbie, the Mattel, the way the movie, the cultural phenomena, they tied up, and I'm speaking purely marketing perspective here. They tied up with over 100 brands across the world. Everywhere you went, whether you're going for a Barbie movie or not, you somehow encountered a connection to Barbie as a movie. They created a phenomena. And in my opinion, I think in today's time, rather last year, it was just about last year, that gave us a whole new perspective of marketing on how the movie industry leveraged that. We've had brands do it before, but not the way Barbie was done. It was a reinvention of all kinds.
Leverage. There's a good word. Leveraging who you are. How do you market yourself and leverage that? How do you market what is your company? How do you leverage that? How do you do your stories? How do you use
You
something
can
powerful?
actually look at human brands also. A lot of celebrities. I would immediately, what pops in my mind is Indian celebrities like Shah Rukh Khan. For me, is the most amazing brand, a personal brand. I think a couple of us relate to Shah Rukh Khan here.
Good orator as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's in marketing. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. He comes across as a very bold, very honest, very on your face, very clear on his ideas, not ashamed of making fun of himself. Very so that's the brand, and that's the brand audience is relating to. Nobody's looking at a holier than thou, all goody goody kind of people. I'm like, they are only good for screen, they are not good in real life. And that, I'm like, Mona, maybe you can share some example from your from Egypt. I mean, like, brands who really stand out like this, or and if you know an international icon like that, the first
The afternoon session, she had a lovely example as well.
Sorry, what?
Brand in herself, Michelle Obama.
So we were just
Yeah,
discussing.
yeah.
yeah, Michelle Obama.
And for me, it would be Mohamed Salah, the soccer player, because you want to add something with Michelle Obama?
Okay. Okay, so the reason why I chose Michelle Obama as a top marketing individual is because she markets herself as a woman. And as us as young women or young people, we tend to look up to influential people for advice, for mentorship, and all those things. So that's why I chose Michelle Obama, as she was she not the first black lady? Black lady in
She has to be, because he was the first black president.
Yeah, she was the first-
exactly.
First lady in the White House, first lady of color in the White House.
Yeah.
Put it like
So,
that.
thank you. Yes. So she was the first lady of color in the White House, and I think that also allows us as young people to really reach our dreams a lot higher. Because sometimes we do give up, maybe for our dreams being too hard or for us failing in between. But people like Michelle Obama and other people, like Amal Clooney, and other people like I'm not sure if you know her, but her name is. Do you know Kativu?
She's, you like her,
You can
obviously,
introduce
right?
her to
Yeah.
us.
Everybody has an individual one, right?
yes.
Yeah. Everybody has an individual one. Michelle Obama is definitely somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody to look up to. I think.
What about you?
Yeah. Me? I was just going to bring up Lisa Nichols. I was interviewed by Lisa Nichols on her show this past year. And to sit with somebody that we've had similar steps and similar challenges, and to sit with her and be able to pull her wisdom and be able to throw my ideas back and forth as just two individuals still fighting a good fight, because we're all fighting a good fight. That's what we're doing every single day of our life. And when you said you hired a 21-year-old, you have to, because they have a knowledge that I don't know, I didn't have. I mean, we didn't have any of that stuff growing up. So there's no way I'm going to catch up to their knowledge, and there's no way they're going to catch up to your wisdom. And that's what you were saying. It's the wisdom. You don't get a free pass to wisdom. You have to earn it,
Absolutely.
period. We have 3 minutes. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask the panel? we covered everything. What is one last, tell everybody what is like the biggest marketing prediction you have in the future? What do you see coming up?
We are going to go back to basics. Apart from the technology will stay, the advancement will stay, but the science will go back to the basics, is what I believe. The principles of marketing, the principles of communication and advertising will not change. All the gimmicks will go aside and we'll learn the basics again.
I love that. The laws are the laws. What about you?
Human connection. We've seen that this year. We've seen a lot of campaigns becoming viral and successful because of inclusivity, because of diversity. And that has not been expensive campaigns. They have not been, throw the money, get the campaign done, get a celebrity. No. The recent example was Nike when they worked with women athletes. There is a beautiful campaign they've come up with. And that is not just the famous athlete. They've gone down to the grassroots levels of sports that may not be played internationally. And there is a beautiful campaign they've come out with. And there are several such examples. Dove does that, diversity, inclusivity. So for me, I believe that it would be human connections.
Love
It's
it.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. You isolate a human and a human's going to be sad, right? You can't do that. Please.
Actually, today we're agreeing a lot, so it's a human-centric approach, but I believe that it's going to be used in more personalization. So it's the combination between technology and leveraging all these tools, because when the AI came up, so many people from my company was feeling that I have this designer who like always revolts in a joke that she's not going to use any AI tools because it's going to replace her job, so I'm not going to help him replace my job. But I believe that we're going to leverage this technology with the human-centric approach together to level up the personalization that we need to do for marketing.
I love that. Please.
I think women are becoming a lot bolder in terms of they're gaining their strength through, different types of recognition. And I think that is very important. Because I think if we look back in history, women were often overlooked, right?
So I'll alter that a little bit.
Okay.
Women were always bolder. The times are more supportive, if I can say that. Your support system is a little better right now. So there has always been that first woman who, flew the plane. There's always been the first woman who swam across the Pacific. There's always that first woman who ran a marathon. But they were not supported. And I believe there's a much more healthy support system now.
I would like to add here just one bit. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. Likewise, it takes a family to push a woman forward too,
Yeah. New friends are new family.
Watching live right now.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. This was so much fun. We're out of time. I thank you, ladies. Thank you
so
for everybody
much.
for listening.
We have a very girl boss energy right on this panel. Thank you so much, you lovely ladies. Love being part of this.
You're not going to get away from it.
Thank you so much. Can we give them another big round of applause? Please come to the front of the stage, ladies. We'd like to have a photo all together. That was a really